Peace, 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 beautiful soul, supreme rising, everyone. Supreme rising. Oh, supreme beautiful rising. Now this is real interesting. The skies are really clear this rising. I'm looking, but I don't see nothing like I've been seeing early in the rising. But that's still okay. Today is a beautiful day. This is the day that we as the collective consciousness have made. So be glad and rejoice in it. We are truly responsible for the days that we have and the experiences. We are truly responsible. Hey, y'all. Supreme rising. Supreme rising, fam. Supreme rising. I am not going to be on here long, but I just wanted to get on here this rising to give you guys some positive encouragement on this beautiful day that we all have created as a collective. I just wanted to come on here to constantly remind you of who you are and the power that is within you, that we currently always and have been executing. But now we're moving in a power of knowing in terms of how we're executing our being. I just want to say that there's going to be a lot of, I call it predictive therapy out there, soliciting your energies and spiritual consent for things to commence. But, you know, I will always say have a level of spiritual discernment in regards to what you invest your energy into, and if whatever it is that is being put out there for public consumption for spiritual consent, use your discernment. The very first thing is to ask yourself, does this scare me? Do I feel, in fear of it or what have you? Hi, Supreme Rising, Mama. Supreme Rising. Ask yourself these questions. It is real interesting that there's a lot of, souls that are out there that are really going through some things in this transition. And they're going to mistake you, especially if you are moving in a direction that is beneficial for the ascension of your soul. But don't get upset with them, because everything, it's going to move in its own timing. Some people are still moving through their traumas in their lives. And, but just know that whatever that they see of you, right, it has a lot to do with what they feel of themselves. Because many people don't realize that whatever problem you have with someone is something that you need to resolve that is within you. Because if, you wouldn't see it, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't see it. And the thing of it is that if you see it in somebody else, and it doesn't, you don't have those feelings within you, then you would have the compassion and the understanding to know that this person has some things that they need to work on. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about, how you deal with it. So, we have to give people the time and the room to grow into themselves. We've been under a lot of things for a very long time, these energies and frequencies for quite some time. And it's going to take some time for people. I had someone, say something about a post, under, Rashad Jamal's, under Rashad Jamal, saying that, he think he know everything and all this other kind of stuff and everything. And, he's in his ego and all this other kind of stuff. And I just want to say that, if a person feel that way or what have you, I think people don't realize, what it is that we go through in terms of us putting this type of information out there that people have been made examples of in terms of doing so. So my thing of it is that, we're only, what we are until we are something else energetically. And for us to put that information out there and risk our lives, and granted, nobody is not forcing us to do it, but then nobody else is doing it neither. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's only a few of us that are risking our avatars. We have to move in compassion and allow for dibs and flows to take place. It's not going to be, you know, the way we as an individual may think that it should be. But when you get when you get more, you know, when you get more good and substance out of it than bad, sometimes you could just look at it and say, you know what, the brother, you know, may be off a little bit, and you don't even got to publicize it. You could keep it to yourself. You take what you can get from it, you build and move from it in what it is that you need for your ascension, and you keep going. You know, it's not to say that we're in our ego or anything like that or what have you. And, you know, and that has been said of me, you know what I'm saying, that I'm in my ego indirectly, said of me that I'm in my ego, and I don't know where that came from, but at the end, indirectly it was said. So my thing of it is that, you know, most time when people are in their own journey, going through their own struggles, you know, most time people don't realize, you know, what you see in others is most times what you have to deal with of yourselves, because we are all here to teach each other something. But also be considerate of the fact that, you know, many of us are pure in heart, and we have, you know, the purest of intentions for our people. So therefore we need to take, you know, time and grow into ourselves and rise, you know, and it's no judgment, you know what I'm saying? It's no judgment, but rise from what you can utilize, you know, to build your ascension, you know what I'm saying? Because there is a more cynical thing that is going on that we can't even possibly fathom, that, you know, when we have our little thoughts about somebody else, there are entities and beings that have greater thoughts in a malevolent energy, that wouldn't mind to see us demise because of what it is that they have within themselves that is far more cynical and evil and diabolical than we could ever think of ourselves to each other. So sometimes we have to look at the greater picture, that the little things that we or the great things that we may think is great of how we feel about somebody negatively, there's far much more out there cynical and diabolical that have a greater thought of you, that would love to see you perish, or that would love to see you just disappear because they are not you. You know, so sometimes we have to stop for a moment and stop thinking about ourselves and look at the bigger picture, because collectively as a unit, we are fighting a bigger battle, and that's spiritual and psychological warfare, right? That ultimately has a great deal on our avatar, you know what I'm saying, on our material aspect of being. So I just want to push unity. You know, I continue to push unity, you know, and just, you know, just take the good, you know, or what you could do with whatever it is that you are becoming in alignment with, and just, you know, utilize it to use it as a stepping stone into the right direction of your ascension. And then whatever else that doesn't resonate with you or whatever, just keep it moving, because that part that may not resonate with you may resonate with somebody else, because we are all here to be of service to each other, however great, however small. So I just wanted to put that out there, because I know that there's a struggle, and the greatest thing right now is that they are soliciting, you know, for our spiritual consent on diabolical things. I'm going to share something with you that was shared to me this rising about predictive therapy of this 1946 video that has surfaced from somewhere for predictive therapy, to show you that there is a greater force out there that is so cynical. And if I wasn't in my spiritual space, you know, 5-7 years ago, I would have saw this video and probably would have been moving a little bit different. But because I'm in these now spaces, it is like, wow, predictive therapy, right? They're predicting. And many people saw that video in 1946 or 1943, and thus what it is, what we're going today, they put it in the now so that it could be a part of the future. So whatever that we're seeing right now is predictive therapy that they are soliciting our spiritual consent for, so that it can happen in the future. And you know what, I didn't download it. I should have downloaded and I would have put it in the live. Dang. So what I'm going to do, if after I come off this live, go to my stories. I'm going to immediately put it on my stories so that you guys can, so I can show you what predictive therapy looks like. They're soliciting your spiritual consent for things in the now, for things to happen in the future. We have bigger fish to fry than to sit up here talking about somebody and their ego and all this other kind of stuff. When you have more cynical, diabolical things that we are not aware of, that they use against us, which is detrimental to ourselves. They're using us against us. We don't have time, to be sitting here, nitpicking somebody who's risking their avatar. That's risking their avatar, just to make us one little bit more wiser than the day before. We have to really, pick and choose our battles, family, because there's a more synergical species energy that is out there that uses us against ourselves, and we are so not aware of it. And yet and still we're nitpicking on somebody that risks their avatar every single day, or however, to make us that much a little bit more wiser. But like I say, give them space, give them space to grow into themselves, because when a person or people does that, that's setting out against you, when you do far much more good than bad, then that just shows that they have some growing to do and some healing to do within themselves. And and we all have that. It's not, we all have that, even myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't exempt myself, none whatsoever, because I too am still growing and learning and evolving. We all are. And I learn from you guys every day, and I appreciate you guys every day. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much within you that teach me about myself. Even when I get on here, it's not just me trying to, be of service to you. I am of service to myself through you as well, because it's because of you, and the love that I have for you allows me to speak to you and heal through you. So this is the thing, we are all connected in such a beautiful way, but we just have to see the beauty in ourselves more so than the detriment of ourselves, and allow that beauty to allow us to work in unity, because that is where the true power resides. So I just wanted to put that out there, you guys, to show you that it's still a beautiful day in Zamunda. We are beautiful people. We are more powerful than what we can ever imagine. We just need to learn the game and know of predictive therapies and different things of that nature that is being utilized against us, so that we can become more aware of what it is that we need to do of ourselves to be better within ourselves as a collective. And that's all I have to say this rising. So I'm gonna get in here. I love you guys immensely. I hope that you guys have an amazing day, and I'm sure that you will. Stay strong, stay true to you. It is so important that you move on your own accord within thyself, for your own personal ascension, your path to your righteousness and to your truth that will set you free. I want you guys to always remember that. I love you guys immensely, and we'll talk about it. As I say, check me right after I come off the live, and I'm going to show you what predictive therapy looks like. Predictive therapy. What in the world? Uh-oh. Lord have mercy, poor lady. I'm going to show you what predictive therapy looks like. And like I said, this thing was done in 1946. Oh gosh, I hope she's okay. Oh my, I hope she's okay. All right, you guys, I love you, and we'll talk. We'll talk about this video I'm gonna send you. All right, I love you guys. I'll talk with you later.